So the Georgia voting law. Ooh, scary, scary stuff. Now the media is going to do their job and they're going to tell you all these falsehoods and fake stories about it and call it all these names under the sun and everything else. You know what the Georgia voting law is and what actually should happen throughout the United States? You should have an ID in order to vote. You should have proof you're an American citizen in order to vote. We shouldn't be blindly sending ballots out to everywhere, including parking lots, including empty buildings that were found to be true. Okay? And I know YouTube doesn't like this kind of stuff when you say this stuff, but it's true. There were addresses that came up. Anybody can look this stuff up. Anybody can research themselves. Okay, there are some locations on the freeway. Let's just put it this way, sending out 80 million ballots, okay, printing out 80 million ballots was a recipe for disaster. It was prone to fraud, and that was exactly the point for this election. Now Georgia's like, you know what, we're not going through that crap again. They just hoodwinked us basically, trying to basically convince you that Georgia voters voted for a Democrat president, and B, two Democrat senators on top of it. Are you kidding me? Really? And any fool who believes that, well, you're a fool. Keep watching the mainstream media, keep getting indoctrinated, okay? Because you haven't learned anything yet, apparently. All right, how many times does the media have to be wrong until you start waking up and saying, hey, they're saying one thing, but this is happening on the other side? Like, how many times can they get it wrong? They're lying to you. Okay, that's their job. That's their duty is to lie to you, sway your opinion, and get you to basically vote and go with the bad guys. All right, the people who are in the pockets of corporate America, Democrats. Now, why are they screaming so loud? Now the corporates are screaming loud as well. Okay, they're trying to make Georgia bow to the pressure. Okay, because a lot of these people, they have a lot of connections and there's a lot of like political influence that goes on with these companies. Um, a lot of these companies can stay in America if they really wanted to, but everybody wants a piece of the damn pie. That's the problem. Everybody has their hand out, including all the politicians. Now, I'm not just claiming Democrats, Republicans as well. All right, and the thing is, like we found out with Susan Rice the other day, this is a whole nother story. Now, Susan Rice is a public servant. How is Susan Rice worth almost $150 million? Can anybody answer that? This is the lady that lied about Benghazi, said it was a videotape, and people responded to a videotape, and they tried to sweep it under the rug. She went on like 5 of the mainstream media channels, and none of them called her out for her lies or anything. They just let these people lie. Why? Again, to indoctrinate you, the American people. All right, this is why foreign leaders always laugh at American media, because they're like, you guys are lying, and you guys just keep saying these lies, and they just blow it off, and they laugh at us because a lot of us, not me, but a lot of Americans are stupid enough to believe a lot of that shit. All right, just like I'll give you 2 examples. Hillary Clinton was up 15 points in 2016. Remember that? Okay. Joe Biden, they said, was up by 15, 20 points. We all knew it was a bunch of crap. That's called voter suppression. So to have the Democrats so up in arms about these voting laws getting stricter, that tells you something. Why are they just basically opening up the border for everybody to flood in, and then they're going to tell you we're going to pass HR 1, which allows anybody to vote in America as long as you have something from the government, any kind of piece of paper, Nancy Pelosi's phone number, for instance, anything from a government official, anything that has a government header on it, anything like that, you can vote in an American election. That is what HR 1 does. And if YouTube takes this video down, it tells you who's really in it and who really is going to benefit.